Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so up next we got a Tyler Breeze interview. Um, I don't really know what to say about the interview, but what I do know is that they actually ended up showing his theme song's music video. So that's a thing.
How? I mean, did you really get as emotional as I did watching this? This is a masterpiece.
I mean, apparently I'm not even anywhere close as much of a Tyler Breeze mark as you, but that's okay.
But he's gorgeous. But no. And, oh, wow. Abel and I are gonna have a talk with you. But no. In all seriousness, dude, the thing with Tyler Breeze is it sucks that he's sidelined right now, and it sucks that they.
Is he legitimately injured?
I feel like the finger injury is legit. He really did break his finger.
Come on.
Dude, look, it's not up to me, man. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I've read and things like that. I feel like the finger is legitimately injured, and maybe they don't want to exacerbate anything, make anything worse.
Wow. Have I ever told you about Kurt Angle at the Olympics, John?
Kurt Angle told us enough about Kurt Angle at the Olympics.
Because he won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
We know.
And Tyler Breeze's character is supposed to be some diva who doesn't want to wrestle with a hurt widow finger, but I thought that the guy would be a little bit more of a tough guy and be able to kind of deal with it.
Maybe he is, though. Maybe this isn't even on him. I mean, maybe it's on the people, directing everything. Like, look, Tyler, because his injury, dude, came at a time when I think Sawyer Fulton got an injury. Cal Bishop, I think, got
Yeah, but those guys are irrelevant.
Yeah, Corey Graves got his second concussion.
Oh, yeah, and
so
he's
I think
done for good, darn it.
He got all these injuries, and to me, WWE was looking at Tyler Breeze, who really has become a commodity to the product. And even though it was just a broken finger, they're like, you know what? Heaven forbid we make anything worse than it already is. Let's just slow our roll. Let's just calm down, take some time off, cut promos, do whatever. And I'd be fine with that. But, and really this is a selfish criticism on my part, I wholeheartedly admit that. I feel like we haven't gotten enough Tyler Breeze. Like, he should be in the face of the champion on the very least, like a bi-weekly basis. And maybe they have, and I just haven't recognized it, but it just doesn't feel that way to me.
You better recognize, John.
I feel like he should be on commentary.
I'm full D'Lo Brown on you right now.
D'Lo Brown's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. He should be on commentary more. He should be confronting Neville at every opportunity, just reminding him, hey, I'm waiting in the wings. Your problem isn't Bull Dempsey or Tyson Kidd or this guy or that guy. It's me first and foremost. I just feel like Tyler Breeze...
I can't even believe Bull Dempsey is actually doing something.
I don't even want to...
Did you know I saw a picture online? Apparently he's teaming up with frickin' Mojo Rawley now.
What?
I feel like they're self-aware. Like the NXT writers realize that everyone hates Mojo, so they're like, you know what? Everyone hates Bull too. Let's put them together.
So is Mojo heel now?
I don't know. That's kind of a good question, but I don't know.
So, because if he is, that might actually work. Yeah. I mean, we genuinely hate him, so why not? But yeah, dude, it's like Tyler Breeze, he's legitimate on one hand, but I feel like he's illegitimate on another. Like, he's not looking like a contender in terms of how he's asserting himself when it comes to Adrian Neville. So I still want him to win the championship when his title match comes, but I have to say, with each week that goes by, I am losing hope that that's going to happen. I don't want Neville to steamroll him, but I'm really scared that's how it's going to shake out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So up next, we had a brief... An interviewer tried to catch up with Natalya, and she just... I almost said breezed. Good God, he's in my head. Natalya just walks right past this interviewer and says, I don't want to talk about it. And she just kind of snubs him. So then we go to Tyson Kidd, who is being interviewed by, of course, none other than Devin Taylor, who just got done with Tyler Breeze. Apparently there's just a freaking rotating door leading into Devin Taylor's interview office. And Tyson asks Devin, because Devin asks him something about Natalya, and Kidd says, why are you always asking me about my family? Why don't you ask me about me? Later on, when Sami Zayn gets interviewed, you're probably not going to ask him about his brother or his sister or his family, so why are you always asking me? What happened with Natalya last week was an accident, but tonight, what happens with Sami Zayn won't be.
Yeah, he pretty much tried channeling his inner Mark Henry there, and yeah, it came out pretty comical. I like heel Tyson Kidd. I think it's awesome how he just really has no regard for Natalya. And given that we watch Total Divas, I highly doubt that you or I do either, Ashton. So, there's that. And he's just a guy that's focused on his career, as it should be. All this talk about Natalya when you've got a really talented performer, I'd find that insulting. So, you know what? I say good for you, Tyson Kidd. You assert yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he made good points. That's what it really kind of comes down to.
Absolutely. Well, again, and it's true because she had that interview, and she didn't mention anything about Sami Zayn's family. We got a match going on, Devin. Why don't you actually talk to the athlete about his prowess and what he's going to do with it in that ring tonight, you jerk?
So up next, we had Adam Rose versus Jason Jordon. And
This
apparently,
was fun.
Jason Jordan's last name is spelled with 2 O's.
I know. We've gotten it wrong all this time.
It threw me off so much.
It threw me off too, man. It threw me off too. I had a lot of fun with this. It was your typical Adam Rose offense, but then again, we haven't seen it in so long, expanded out in this length of time, that I really didn't enjoy seeing it again, from the tuck and rolls to avoid offense to jumping in the guy's arms and kind of like cradling back and forth. Jason Jordon. I mean, Ashton, I've talked about him over and over. I see a huge upside. He has that amateur background, which I instantly just latch on to. Had a nice bridging, kind of like belly-to-belly suplex, whatever it was, some kind of throw in the corner after he did a high-speed, like, shoulder thrust to Rose, which I thought was awesome. And he did another drop kick, which looked magnificent. But that was really the extent of the offense he got. Rose pretty much cleaned his clock. Ends up doing a party foul, which Jordon, I thought, sold quite well, and he ends up getting the victory.
Yeah, Jordon sold it brilliantly. To me, that was probably the highlight of this match for him. He did a great sell job. That, to me, showed me more about how bright his future is than any random, beautifully thrown drop kick that he's ever done, that's for sure.
Hey, when you can sell, it opens great doors, just ask Dolph Ziggler.
I was going to say, just ask JTG and Heath Slater. How long did JTG last based exclusively on his selling ability? And Heath Slater is in the same spot right now.
Exactly. So Jason Jordon's not in a bad spot. I'll be interested to see if he's going to feud with Ty Dillinger and maybe finally get a somewhat serious singles push. I'd love for that to happen, but only
why in the world would he feud with Ty Dillinger?
Well, remember the Screen and Screen promo? He said Ty Dillinger's apparently hurt, and apparently he was also seen amongst the Rosebuds, so he's got to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah,
so
but that would make him go after Adam Rose and the Rosebuds. Why would he have a problem with Ty now?
Well, maybe he would have a problem with Ty because they're supposed to be a team, and here Ty's off doing other business with other people. So he would kind of view it as a defection of sorts.
Oh, that, I don't know if I like that.
Well, I'm just saying, man, it is what it is. I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys feud at this point.
But regardless, the whole match, to me, what really stood out the most was Adam Rose's overness in NXT. We had "We Are Rosebuds" chants before they even touched. They were singing the theme song. When Jason Jordon finally started getting some offense, we got party pooper chants. When Adam Rose was making a comeback, we got party time, all the time chants. This crowd absolutely ate Adam Rose up, and I feel like more people need to appreciate him. And in order to do that, he needs more time, which means that the powers that be need to see something in him, which it's kind of a vicious circle, because the way that they see stuff in people is crowd interaction, which he isn't getting the opportunity, and blah, 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 blah. It just goes around and around until something bad happens.
Yeah, until you dizzy yourself and just vomit everywhere and just wallow in the failure of it all.
But you know what, though? Raw in England, he had an amazing reaction. And even though, yeah, it was his, well, not really, but they billed it as his home turf, they still, that had to count for something, right?
I think it always counts for something when a crowd receives you strongly and positively, but the thing is, unless, as you said, the powers that be really take those reactions to mean something and want to do something with them genuinely, it's not going to mean a lick.
Right.
And that's the sad part, because he doesn't have the support that he has in NXT. The one guy that we felt like at a time was taking too long to call him up, I'm not even going to say it's too soon, it's just politically it was too soon. Talent-wise, he was ready, certainly. But politically, in terms of not having the right support, it was too soon to call him up, because now we see that he's probably going to be in that Santino comedy role, which I guess isn't the worst, but I at least thought he was going to be some kind of mid-card contender at times for championships. Now he just seems to be the king of advertising. So.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Adam Rose is a mid-card gimmick.
Right.
It's designed for the mid. It's designed. He's basically Kofi Kingston and Santino Marella, and he's that guy.
Right.
So, I don't know. He does win, though, with the party foul, as you said, which Jason Jordon did so well. But then up next, we had a Kalisto interview. He doesn't really say much, but he does get interrupted by the Vaudevillains, and they hold up a sign asking where his partner is. He says that he and El Local have parted ways, but he's going to find a new partner and face them.
Yeah, and then I think he pretty much makes a joke about their silent approach, like, what, are you speechless or what, you got nothing to say? And then they look like they're about to scream, but then they stop themselves and they stroke their chins in contemplation, and it was hilarious.
They stroke their chins, and they stroke their mustaches.